Everyone stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, greetings, everyone. It is so happy to see everyone here. If you haven't noticed in the last day or so, I've been smiling a lot more. Happy to have I call it the other Stephen in my life, over here in the Keystone building. My name's Gladys Brown Dutrell. I am the chair of the Pennsylvania Public Utility Commission, and it's so happy to be standing here today to give some remarks to my now new colleague, Stephen M. DeFrank, who is coming on the bench with me at the Public Utility Commission. Steve asked me to give a couple remarks, and I first joked with him and said, well, can I tell you about this story and that story and that story? And I was going to, but I won't. I'll save those for other moments. But there are a few things I do want to say about Steve that there's so much in terms of the connection with us together. You know, Steve and I worked in the Capitol together at the Senate Democratic Caucus. He had a few different jobs. I stayed with my job. One of them was pulling Steve aside like, no, Steve, no, you can't do that. That was one of my official jobs. But Steve started with Senator Kusunik. I think that was your first job in the Senate Democratic Caucus. And I do remember he did then come into the Democratic Leader's Office, where one of the positions he had in terms of the legislative director, we actually ran the Friday staff meetings in preparation for session the very following week. And then after that, his last job within the caucus, and you're probably going to correct me, but the last job I remember the most is that working for Senator Lisa Boscola, and he served as the executive director in that position. Now, for what I did with the caucus on the legal staff, that was one of my many committees that I provided legal advice for. So with that, Steve and I did a lot of work together, not only within our caucus, but we also worked together with other members, other staffers from the Republican caucus. And two special ones that I remember the most, and I actually got a message to send to Steve for today, was our work with Frank Cleaver, who was counsel and executive director for Senator Tomlinson on that committee, and then Kathy Aiken, who was my counterpart in the Republican caucus legal staff. So the four of us, you would see us together a lot, working on a lot of different pieces of legislation. And we would joke with Steve, first of all, because he was hanging out. He was the youngest of our team, but also he was the only male in our team. And our joke for that was, you're more high maintenance than we are, Steve. Like, oh my goodness. And I could go on and on about that. But what I can say in that relationship is that Steve worked well with not only the three of us, but also with so many members within our caucus. That was a new committee for him. He was learning a lot of new issues. In many cases, Steve and I learned the issues together, whereas he might come from a different point of view, and I might say, I'm not sure you could do this. We actually worked through them together. So as he challenged me, I hope I was able to challenge him. But I think he's going to bring a lot of that to the commission in terms of his interest in utility issues and looking at it from a different lens that maybe I might not have seen or some other commissioners may have seen. So I'm very excited about that. But just as important, I'm excited about the fact that he is able to work with any and everyone and open to the different ideas and looking at issues from their lens as well. It shows the importance of being able to build those relationships, because the message I have for him today comes from Frank Cleaver. She wanted to make sure that she saw it. She wants to make sure she gets a copy of this video as well. And when Fran asks for something, we don't say no, right? But Fran's message to you today, Steve, is to stay true to yourself. And with that, you will be fine. And I know you will be fine, and that's why I am so excited about the fact that you're joining the commission and excited about a new perspective that you could bring to us, the commissioners that are here, and then also with our new commissioner, Katie Zerfus, that's coming along as well. So what I say to you is congratulations, my friend. Fayette County is still alive, right? And I say that because when I say Steve and I have so many connections, he is from Uniontown, Fayette County, and my father is from Brownsville, Fayette County. So we have so many different areas of connection that have kept us together, even when we thought we may never work together again. So I say to you, congratulations, my friend. I'm excited for not only you, but I'm excited for the Public Utility Commission. I know you have so many people here that are in your corner. Not only your family and friends, but your Buchanan family as well, and other colleagues that you have worked with. But just remember that we are also here for you as well. Any questions that you have, please come and talk to any of the commissioners. We are here to help and to give you some insight of our wisdom, hopefully from the years that we've been here. So congratulations to you on behalf of my fellow commissioners. Congratulations.
Go. You guys stand over here.
Place your left hand on the Bible and raise your right hand, please.
That was him.
That was.
And repeat after me. I do solemnly swear that I will support,
I do solemnly swear that I will support,
obey, and defend the Constitution of the United States
obey, and defend the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
and the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
and that I will discharge the duties of my office with fidelity.
and I will discharge the duties of my office with fidelity.
Congratulations, Steve.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Richard. I appreciate
No
it.
problem.
Thank you. Thank you. I want to thank everyone for coming here today. Richie, thanks for coming and swearing me in. For those of you who don't know, Rich Kasunik II is a district justice back in Fayette County. I had the great fortune of working for his father, Senator Rich Kasunik. My first boss actually was Bill Lincoln. That's who brought me to town. Unfortunately, he retired soon after I got to town.
I don't have anything left in my brain. I can't remember.
So, and then Rich replaced him, and I worked for Rich for 12 years as his chief of staff before going over to the Gaming Control Board. And then ended up coming back to the Senate, working for some Democratic leaders, and then ultimately Senator Boscola with the committee. So, Richie, thank you for coming. We certainly appreciate
Thanks for having me, Steve.
the travel. Thank you. To my family, Colleen, Brandon, Page, thank you for all your support throughout the years. I'm sure sometimes it wasn't easy with me, but you guys were always unwavering, always behind me. Yes. And what Gladys was referring to was the Honorary Diva Club. So, I wanted to be in the Diva Club. And so, you eventually let me in. I think we were working on disc at the time, and Gladys and Fran and Kathy made me an honorary member, I guess. So thank you. When I look out today, I see a lot of folks here who've had a great impact and influence on me, both personally and professionally. To my family, thank you for coming. It's been a long drive here. Certainly appreciate it. Dom, I'm not going to speak too long. My brother came 200 miles for some cake, And I'm not going to keep you away from that cake. So I'll be sure to be quick. Quick is in terms of me being quick. So it's all relative. Commissioner Yonora, thank you for coming down. I look forward to serving with you. This has been a long time coming, as many of you are aware. It's been a long road, actually, and lots of ups, lots of downs, but finally we got here. We were able to bring it together at the end and pull it off. So I thank you for that. My Buchanan colleagues, friends and family, thank you for coming. Thank you for all that you've done over the last 5 years for me. One of the things I said in my testimony before the committee is that my time at the Senate gave me a public policy perception of utility service, but it wasn't until I got to Buchanan until I saw how the practical application of that service comes into play, the actual operation of utilities, pipelines, things like that, the things that we are regulating here. It's important to have a knowledge of what some of those companies face, some of the challenges they face, and hopefully try to work with them on that. Kim, it's been great working with you. I can't tell you enough how much I've learned from you. It's been an honor, to work with you and to see how you how you would work with clients, how you would serve clients. I can't tell you enough how much it means to me, and how we're not going to be talking to each other every day. It's going to be weird. So we can still call each other though. And the group from the PUC, as I look out, as I said, the folks in my past and how they shaped me professionally, I look forward to continuing to grow with the folks I see back here and this next chapter of my professional career. It's been an honor. It's been a great journey these last 26, 27 years, and looking forward to this next chapter as we turn the page and do a whole different public service that I've never experienced. For those of you who know, who've served as staff in the past, there's staffers and there's members, and that line's in between. Sometimes the staffer goes from working behind the scenes to public service. It doesn't happen a lot, but sometimes it does happen, and I've been great fortune to be a recipient of the ability to be able to serve in a public official capacity. So I thank the governor for the opportunity, thank the Senate for their confirmation. I know we have a lot of work here. I know we have a big public meeting next week, lots to review. So I'm looking forward to the challenges and looking forward to the remainder of the term here and what we can do here for the ratepayers and the residents of Commonwealth. So with that, thank you for coming. Please join us. Dawn, we're going to cut this cake now, so you're going to be in good shape. This trip was not for naught. You are going to get some cake out of this. I promised you that. So thank you for coming, everyone. I'll be around. Enjoy it. Thanks.